So I'm sitting here at Cayman Bay on this little man-made island, watching all of the boats come in. This one actually leaving right now, a beautiful sailboat. So I thought I would just hop on here and talk a little bit about how I got here. When I was 25, so back in 2005, I was working for an accounting firm in Canada. I actually started working for an accounting firm when I was 16 years old. I was going to high school and also working as an accountant at that time. I always wanted to be an accountant. That was my goal. And so I was doing it, and I was working for a really large firm back home in Canada at the time. And I had said to my boss, I said, you know what, I need a change, and I still want to be an accountant. I still want to work as one, but I just don't really want to be here right now. And he had said to me, he said, you know what, I know someone that used to live in the Cayman Islands. Do you want me to put you in contact with him? And I said, okay. And I got in contact with him, and then within 6 months, I had moved myself down here. I knew no one, not a soul, when I first moved here. And the way that I made friends with people and socialized was by going out and going, out for dinner and going to the clubs. I was 25 years old. And so, that was kind of what we all did when we were down here. And during that time, I also realized that holy crap, I was also gaining a lot of weight and I didn't like it. So I decided to buy a gym membership and start going to the gym. And I noticed there was a bunch of people at the gym that were like getting ready for some kind of fitness competition. And I had asked someone there, what is it that these people are doing? And he said, oh, they're bodybuilders. And why don't you actually come and watch the show? And I don't know, it was a couple months later, I went and I attended the show and I saw it and I'm like, I can do that. And I want to do that. And I started training for my very first fitness competition. And that was actually what ultimately led me to where I am today. So I did my first fitness competition, and then within about a year after my very first fitness competition, I decided to quit my job as an accountant down here and move back to Canada, learn everything that there was to learn about nutrition and fitness. I even owned a bodybuilding federation in Canada at that time, and moved fully into health and wellness and did everything that I could when I was back home in Canada. And then in 2010, I actually moved myself and my companies back down here. So not a lot of people know that this is my second time being here. My very first time was a completely different career, completely different person. And now living down here since 2010, I run my company online from here. I get to live in this beautiful island. I get to raise my son, and I get to work with some of the most amazing people all over this world. And the reason for why I really wanted to post this video was because there's so many of us that do career changes in our lives, and there's so many people that contemplate doing a career change, but they're too afraid to do it. And if I can give you any words of advice, I would say to do it. You can always go back to what it was that you were doing before. I knew that I could always fall back on my accounting career if I really wanted to, but most likely it won't happen. If anything, it'll just lead you down another path. But if you are ever contemplating doing something, if you have a passion for something, by all means, go and do it, because life is too short and you never really know where things are going to take you.